have been given by Vipassana monks to discourage people from enjoying the bliss of meditative absorption. Whereas in the Suttas, the Buddha says, if people ask, do the sons of the Sakya indulge in meditative bliss, the Buddha says yes. And then Buddha says he encourages his monks to indulge in this the happiness of meditative absorption, because he says there are 4 advantages. You constantly dwell in the jhanas, you can attain the Sotapanna, Sakadagamin, Anagamin and Arahant Buddha. So it is blameless pleasure. Wrong view. They don't understand jhana. There's a famous Vipassana teacher says jhana is useless. He says when you are in jhana, you don't know. It's like you are in a state of trance. You don't have mindfulness, he says. Then when you come out of it only, and then you realize, oh, I was in jhana. There's a complete misinterpretation of jhana. When a person enters jhana, the mind is very mindful, very alert. And that is also stated by the Buddha in the description of the 3rd jhana and the 4th jhana. In fact, the Buddha says in the state of the 4th jhana, the sati is perfect sati in the 4th jhana. But this ignorant Vipassana teacher says that in jhana you have no sati. In fact, in the sutta, the Buddha said that there are few reasons why the true Dharma will disappear. One of them is disrespect for the Buddha, disrespect for Dhamma, that means the suttas, disrespect for the Sangha, disrespect for the training, and disrespect for samadhi, belittling concentration, belittling samadhi. Whereas the Buddha always praised samadhi in certain monks because of their ignorance, they belittle samadhi. And this will lead to the disappearance of the true Dhamma. In fact, the Buddha says that the jhanas are the footprints of the Tathagata. If you want to follow the path that the Buddha walked, you have to go on the way of jhana. Otherwise, you are not walking the path of the Buddha.
One of the sons passed away because of senior. So I want to know how to practice, like going to detach of love like that. Because, but if let's say it be clear what you say, correct, it's clear. If you don't detach through the love, we can release our suffering. Okay? How about the family will think us wrong view or right view?
This you cannot force yourself to let go. It comes from understanding. It comes from maturing of your mind. And you can help your mind to mature by studying more suttas, listening to suttas like this, and practicing meditation. So you come more often and practice, and then slowly, this. But anyway, usually I see if somebody wants to abandon the family, I have to make sure the family is financially sound. If the family is financially sound, it doesn't matter if your son is 1 year old, you can still go off like the Buddha. The Buddha, the son was just born. He never worried that, it has to do his father's duty to bring up the child. No, because he's got the This young kid has got the grandparents to look after him, has got the mother to look after him, got a lot of wealth to look after him. Then the Buddha just walked off.
Yesterday we touched a lot about consciousness. I'm still confused between the difference of citta and consciousness. Because in the biography of Anajama, there's a story about this lady whose citta entered Lisa's womb, and soon after she was pregnant. So the second question is, what is the...
Wait, one by one, don't ask.
So the first question is, what is the difference between citta and consciousness?
There is no clear-cut distinction. The mind, there are three Pali terms for the mind, and they are citta, mano, and vijnana. Mano is quite clearly defined by the Buddha. Vijnana is very clearly defined by the Buddha to be 6 types of vijnana. Seeing vijnana, seeing consciousness. Vijnana is consciousness. So you have seeing consciousness, hearing consciousness, smelling consciousness, taste consciousness, touch consciousness, and thinking consciousness. Okay, so this vijnana is very clear. Mano is the thinking faculty. Mano is actually one of the 6 sense organs. Just like the eye is an organ. So mano is the thinking faculty. So that is mano. That also is quite clear. Not only thinking like creating karma also intending is also due to mano. But citta is not very clearly defined. Citta is generally the mind as a whole. But you must remember these terms are not clear cut, because when you talk about mind, like in the 5 aggregates, the Buddha says, we take ourselves to be the 5 aggregates. We take ourselves to be this body and this mind. And in these 5 aggregates, you have body, feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. The last 4 is supposed to be mind. Feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. This is supposed to be mind. Now, you look at feeling. Feeling is part of the mind. So just now we said 3 terms define the mind: citta, mano, and vijnana. How about feeling? Feeling is also part of the mind. You cannot say feeling is not the mind. You cannot say perception is not the mind. You cannot say volition is not the mind. So all these terms are related. So it's very difficult to pull one out and say this is that. They are all related. Without consciousness, can you have feeling? You cannot. Without consciousness, can you have perception? No. So feeling, perception, it comes together with consciousness. Otherwise, there's no feeling, there's no perception, there's no volition. So they're all interrelated. It's just that this mind, because we use it in different ways. When you use it for seeing, the Buddha says that is consciousness, vijnana. When you use it for thinking, the Buddha says that is mano, the thinking faculty. So when the consciousness descends in the womb, the Buddha calls it the citta. So they are all related. You cannot simply say this is this, this is that. No, cannot. They are all related. So no point to split hairs. Sometimes certain things we want to be too defined too clearly. It's not possible.
Does that mean that
the rebirth is already certain, that the person will be child or the daughter of that particular person?
You see, firstly, the rebirth of a being, that person generally has no control. You cannot say, oh, I want to choose to be this, to be that. Generally, because when we are dying, you may think you want to be reborn here, you will be reborn there. After some time, your six senses start to close. You won't be able to see, you won't be able to smell. After some time, people touch you also, you don't know. You won't be able to hear. And then, as you go deeper and deeper into that death state, after some time, you are no more breathing. Okay, your breathing has stopped, and your heart also has stopped. Then the doctor will come and examine and say, oh, this person is dead. When the doctor says this person is dead, he means this person is clinically dead. But in the Buddha's teaching, that person may not be dead, because the Buddha says when a person actually dies, three things must stop. The vitality, maybe in Chinese we call the qi. The qi has stopped. Okay. Secondly, the consciousness stops. Thirdly, the body heat stops. So, even when the doctor says somebody has died, his mind may still be working. Usually, the mind will still continue to work. And when you touch the body, it's still not yet cold. So, for example, one Penang devotee told me a few years ago, the mother died of cancer. So at the last moment when the mother died of cancer, she was in pain. So when she died, you could see the face, very painful expression on her face. But 1 hour later, the daughter told me the face changed, after she died. After clinical death, face changed and became very bright and happy and smiling and all that. That means during that 1 hour after the doctor pronounced her dead, the mind was still going, still doing that 1 hour. And those last thoughts, we have no control over our last thoughts. And those last thoughts are conditioned by our karma. If your karma is good, you always think of helping people, always think of meditating, keeping sila and all that. Those last thoughts will be because your behavior is like a deva or devi, so your last thoughts or deva or devi thoughts will bring you to a heavenly rebirth. So when you have those thoughts, and you may see devas or devis coming to welcome you, so you're happy, happy. So the face is smiling, happy. So on the other hand, a person with an evil heart, always thinking of harming others, when he's dying, those last thoughts, he's fighting with people, chased by other beings and all that. Then he sees himself being reborn in a ghost realm, always chased by the hell, in the hell realm. He always chased by hell beings. So we don't have much control where we are going to be born. So no need to think so much. Important is to do our work now. Cultivate the mind so that our everyday thoughts are very important. Our natural frequency. If you want to be reborn, for example, in heaven, right now your character has got to be like a deva or devi. So that is your natural frequency. So if you are behaving like a deva or devi, then you will go to that realm. But if your mind is muddled up, restless, full of greed and all that, it's very natural. Either you are born in the ghost realm or in the animal realm, because that's your mind is like a ghost or like a animal. So that's why it's important to cultivate our mind. And to cultivate our mind, we need the theory from the Buddha's words, and the practice is our meditation. And not only that, you have to keep your sila,